let a wishbone grow where a backbone should. Belly been taking the dash all wood. Then payment, the back end good. Got sense, but they act no good.
The weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the play, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the place, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Round of applause and you go, that's it. Damn, that's a bomb with a flick on my wrist. Jersey on my chest, that's a team that I rep. Came in as a rookie, now I'm balling like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh, ooh. Then the juke move, high school, stiff arm, lights out, you snooze. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. It is not a game, it is not a game. Banging on your chest when I come through the pain. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime.
Well, the weather not fully cooperating here in Pittsburgh, but that has not stopped Steeler Nation from filling the stands at a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the leading rusher amongst rookies last season, Najee Harris. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 31-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
And what many term as a down year for rookie quarterbacks, the Steelers took Pickett 20th overall because they knew him better than any other quarterback in the draft. They considered him the most pro-ready passer in the class. He's got plenty of gunslinger in him as well. You give him an inch of space to make a throw, he's going to try and make it into a mile.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And some room to roam now. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
first down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Austin, intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Austin. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. Slant pass complete, Najee Harris. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. The Steelers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season, and they fell in the opener. Got back on the beam with a win in week 2, but stumbled again last week to fall under 500.
And despite that stumble, I don't think anyone's too concerned because they've made mistakes that they believe are correctable. And this is a team still getting to know each other. I'm not that concerned, and neither are they.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more.
Touchdown! Pat Freiermuth. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. Take it in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Throwing on second down, Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 30 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Yet again, just a bruising carry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Here's Robinson again on second down. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On first down, Wilson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
He's a fan favorite when he plays at home. Every time he makes a big-time play, you can hear him shout, "Move" from the stands. Pittsburgh, they love him. A lot of comparisons to Heath Miller as a rookie, and he contributed 7 touchdown catches. Now he contributes a first down with that grab.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Pickett now from the gun here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down to trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Extra point now by Boswell. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Wilson leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They begin the drive with Robinson. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Play action. Now Wilson. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now Austin. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them. Oh, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. He'll get it inside the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Wilson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. They'll run with Robinson. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. James Robinson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. A give up the middle to Carter. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Wilson. A throw to the flat for Carter. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
A good pickup there at 22. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to the ground with Carter. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete there to Moore. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 58 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They'll run again with Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Slant route, and he's got Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Off play action, Pickett.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. William Jackson with a pick.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Here's another carry for Harris. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to make it a 2-score game. And that is going to be no good. He pushed it wide to the right, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. And that one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a 1-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been 2 scores. They start on the ground with Robinson here. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's a pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Robinson up the middle. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Here's Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Back to the ground with Robinson. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, a run with Carter. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, right back to Carter. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Wilson to throw. Throw right side complete to Carter. Down inside the 10. Touchdown Jets. Michael Carter, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had that 14-0 lead, but that has evaporated as they go to work here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football, but this couldn't be much worse, could it?
No.
This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T-form. They're already in field goal range here late in the 4th now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker. Just make sure they take care of the ball now. They've got a chance to put this thing away.
On the give, here's Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Wilson. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Robinson on a give right side. He will push his way down to about the 14. Myles Jack there to make the tackle.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go.
Yeah, they could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this 2nd half. Now Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So in a driving rain, he steps up, puts it through just like he's practicing in a gym somewhere.
How about that? Any little slip in this weather is going to throw him off. He stepped up there like it was perfect conditions, took dead aim, and knocked it through.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. It might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for the Jets, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills.